Welcome to Home is Where It's Parked. This video is about a man who has an antique village, but you wonder if he is an antique collector or a hoarder. This was one of our most shocking and favorite spots on our journey through Canada.
1885. Open.
What is this, do you think?
It's just an antique place. Like serious. I think we're gonna get into some real good stuff inside. What's that?
Oh no, this is a different gentleman.
There might be a different
Good day.
lady. My lady is here too.
Yeah, come on in.
We're gonna just kind of.
I got a village in the back.
Okay.
There's 30 buildings, just like the Wild West.
Oh, nice.
And if you want to go for a little walk,
Yeah.
have a look in there and
Yeah.
go all around.
Yeah.
And when you go outside area here, and in Saskatchewan, I'm Old George, and I got a hidden village in the back. There's 30 buildings, just like the Wild West. And what you do is you go outside and you go by the blue cupboard and you see a sign saying George Street. You go to the left there and you'll see a handle, a brass handle with the whiskey box on it. I push that open and I made that all out of garbage in there from the nuisance ground, eh? And
That's great.
then you come out and you be facing north, and you to your left you see Old West Trail, and you go through there, take a left, go around. There's 30 buildings back there, just like the Wild West.
That's
and
beautiful.
so have
Okay.
fun looking around, and then come on in and I'll tell you a bit about the house. I'm Old
Thank you
George.
so
Old George. Okay.
Yeah.
Old George. All right, buddy.
It was called the Moja Store. In 1884, the Homestead Declaration said he wasn't going to put his wife in the shanty, and due to the frost, he built a house for $5,000 in 1885. So you saw what the shanties were like down in the village, right? Anyway, those are that way. So this 17 rooms here is the 1885 section of the house. In 1891, the Canadian Census showed that he had 100 head of horses, 90 head of cattle, and he was worth $20,000 in 1891. In 1906, his daughter got engaged to a French count, a Count d'Ichigon. So he added 3 more rooms on, and it was ready for them when they got married in 1908. They stayed here to 1920. Then Pages were farmers. They had it for 55 years. Yawners were merchants. They had it 7 years. And now I've had it 38 years. I quit drinking, quit smoking when I was 19, and started collecting junk, and I'm still doing it.
Oh my God. Is this a joke?
This is like the Old West, he said.
Oh, he doesn't even charge for anybody to come in. What is going on? Like,
God, it's been all day here. Look at that. We're going in.
I don't know if I can go alone. It's like almost tiger.
But I got a can that I kind of like, and you see lots of them, but you see how it, wherever I touch, it's just polished, see? That the paint is more off, eh?
Yeah.
So just imagine how many times that can has been handled. Eh?
Yeah.
And it's probably an English can because it's not a Canadian can, and so far nobody's identified it that. But anyway, one day I was in a classy china shop, and I asked the gentleman, got anything unusual or old? Well, I got something unusual. No, I said, I like unusual things. So he brought out a little box and he brought out an envelope like this. And do you know why that's like that? Anyway, in that envelope was a little card. Mary Williams, who died the 13th of November, 1891, at the age of 13 months. So, you see, it's a death notice, you see, when you got it in the mail, eh? Also in there was little shoes. And then also in that little box was another little box, and it's got a little crucifix in it, you see.
Huh.
So on that,
That was originally in that box.
yeah, it was in this cardboard box that he had. I stuck it in the can here, right?
Yeah.
And there was one more thing that was in the cardboard box. Was a mirror.
Oh my.
Now, why would the mirror be in the cardboard box?
Well, I don't know.
Watch. See how it steams up?
Yeah.
Put it under the baby's nose to see if it's live or not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that isn't that something?
So sometimes you learn things, really different stuff like that, eh? And learning about something. Go up and down. This is one my sister one day was cleaning my mom's fleas up. I said, Sis, what do you got throwing the noose around? Oh, George, you got enough junk. I said, come on, let's go out and have a look. And it was raining too. So she wasn't happy at all. And then we went out and I saw there and I said, what do you throw that out for? Oh, you don't need that. I took it home, let it dry out, it banged on it, it was lumpy. Guess what I found inside? Hey, so then I showed my mom. She said, I haven't seen that in 35 years. And she said, where was it? And I said, it was in a pillow. I said, when did you get it, Mom? She said, I got that when I was about 6 years old. And she was 90, 10 years ago. There's how many rooms?
Yeah.
There's 17 on this side.
17 on this side.
Yeah, three more on that side.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. 45 windows, 50 doors, 7 staircases.
1982 or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Eh?
yeah.
Why? What was with the stuff that's on this entire property? Was most of it here when you
No.
got it?
I recycle. I patronize the nooses ground for years, hey. And every time I come home from work at the potash mine at Estrays, I stop at the 2 nooses ground. By the time I get home, I have a half of it or 3/4 of a van load of junk, and then I throw it out back there.
So you just collected all this over the years at little auctions and little yard sales. And
not
that,
very
eh?
often I go to auctions, but flea markets and stuff like that. But and garage sales. But this year, been to 125 garage sales, and it is just absolutely terrible. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. No, it just.
Why did you, when you were, like, when you got this place, did you always collect?
Yeah, my aunt started me collecting stamps when I was 8. My dad tore Chesterfield Park when I was 10, on a 1900 10-cent piece. And then when I went to the States, when I was 19, when I come back, my friend says, "Why don't you buy a spinning wheel?" And that was the very first thing I bought, was a spinning wheel.
That one?
Like, yeah, there. And then I kept collecting. And then one day I drove down the road here 39 years ago in the early spring there, and I said, I wonder if that place is there. I could make a museum out of it, eh?
This place, yeah.
And so I drove in. The guy had a German Shepherd and a Doberman. I come up to the door, knocked on the door. He says, I'm the only person that the dogs ever let me knock on the door. They would just.
Oh, they were outside.
Yeah, they were
and
outside.
They were with you. They were beside you when you came up the door.
I come up the steps and the dogs there. He was just amazed that the dogs didn't bother me. Eh? Either that or I was crazy, you know. And I said, "Excuse me, sir, will you consider selling this house?" So when I moved here, moved 10 3-ton truckloads. My appearance. 7 van loads, 5 half-ton truckloads, and 1 van load. I had the Crocs and all on and some picture frames. So it wasn't full, but and so there's still 300 some odd boxes down in the barn that I haven't unloaded yet.
Yeah.
And then now with all the boxes, and then the last 3 years I quit being married to this place and started running around and buying stuff, eh? So I bought. Oh yeah.
So you just love acquiring, like, really, like, old items because they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like super cool. Like,
yeah.
Okay, come on.
it's so great that he lets people come in like that.
Well, this house is from 1885. Like crazy. It's almost like.
Like haunted.
Can you find addict? Oh my God.